Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick demo on how I put Jamberry nails on my 12-year-old daughter here, Kitty. Here's all the pieces that you need for a good application. You have your alcohol prep pad, you got your pusher stick, you got your purple rubber pusher stick, good nail scissors, and this is a glass file. This is our Jamberry heater, and I also like using a rice bag to make sure everything's on. What? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the alcohol wipe. So with younger girls, especially if you're using the Jamberry kids or little girls, you always want to make sure that their nails are extremely clean, because little girls actually have oily nails. And the oil on the nails will actually make it to where the Jamberry wraps will not stick very well. So we're going to make sure that they're nice and clean. So I'm only going to do a pinky demo here. And so she's going to start with little tiny pinky one right here. So the method that I use actually makes it to where you can save the middle pieces of your nails very well. So I pull it out, making sure that I'm not touching the back of it. And then I go ahead and heat it up for a few seconds. So you can tell when it's ready to go, because it's actually going to start getting a little floppy. And it usually takes the Jamberry heater a second to warm up, and then after that, for the rest of the nails, it's usually a little faster. So you can see that right there, it's nice and malleable and ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. I'm going to just put it on her nail. So you want to make sure it's never touching your cuticle. And you just stick it on like this. Okay? Now as you can see, we have a whole nail wrap over here on the rest of it. This is going to let us keep the middle. So we're going to grab this and we're going to go ahead and cut it. If you're doing it on someone else, you can go ahead and have them turn their finger over to cut it, and then you can grab it. That way you make sure you're not cutting their nail or your finger. And you can just snip it like that. And then I go ahead and grab the other piece, and this other piece I'm going to go ahead and stick on her other finger. And I just use these both pushers interchangeably if I need to make sure I'm just not touching it. So remember, they're going with heat and pressure, so you're going to start pushing. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how much we're going to have left over. Obviously this is going to give us enough that we can go and do some pinky toes or something like that with it. So I end up with these middle pieces left over on all of my Jamberries. And these are going to be for doing my toes. So at this point, we have them on. Now, if you have any wrinkling or buckling at this point, you can actually grab the ends of these and pull them, okay? Some people with flatter nails or even with curvier nails will end up with bumps or ridges here. So you can pull those out, and then you take your purple pusher and you push down on the edges to make sure you're getting a really good seal. Now you can see that I'm actually doing the pushing now before I'm even heating it. So I'm going to push and seal, and then I'm going to heat, and then I'll do it again. But I want to make sure I have no wrinkling or buckling at this point. So I'm pushing it down just like that. And now I'm going to have Kitty here. She's going to put them in front of the heater for another 5 to 10 seconds. And so what I've also done is I had a little rice bag that I've made. You can use just a sock and throw rice in and just close it. What this does is it makes extra sure that if there is any problems, some people with the wrinkling or the buckling problems can use these to make sure that they're pushed down nice and solid. So I use the heater, and then I always finish the seal with my rice bag. So when I do these at events for people, I often don't use the rice bags, but I always keep them handy for people with those, specific nail problems. So you can see that the vinyl wrap almost actually starts to melt. But you can see also that it's starting to adhere very well. Again, at this point, you're going to take your purple pusher stick, push down on those edges, and get those really good seals along the edges. This is a really pretty color for you, Miss Kitty. Thank you. So I have a second rice bag that I keep in the freezer. Now you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but you shouldn't try to file it while it's still hot, because you might not get as smooth as of an edge. So you can just wait, but Katie's 12 and she's not patient, so we don't wait. we just cool it off just like this. And then now I'm going to go ahead and use my glass file. Now you can use a different file. The glass file just, I find, gives it a really good edge. So if you go and file it down just like this, you can see the piece is actually going to just pop right off. You always want to file downwards, not upwards, because if you file upwards, what's it going to do? It's going to pull on your wrap. You can see that that's just going to come right off just like that. Now if you have a little bit and you have a short nail like Miss Kitty has over here, you can actually use clippers to clean that up. And that's what we'll do. Her nail over here is a little bit longer. So you can see how this is going to work. File down, 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 down. And this one's probably going to come out a lot cleaner of an edge just because the nail is longer. A lot of times with little girls they do have the shorter nails though, and so you can just snip these off with a nail clipper. So let me see. I'm going to turn your finger. So you can see this is gives us a really good edge and really good finish. And at this point I always take the pusher stick and just push down one more time all the way around the edge. And that is how I get my good Jamberry seal. What do you think, Kitty?
They're really pretty.
Thank you.